So we want you to please continue enjoying your breakfast for those who've come in a little bit later this morning, and it's been sponsored by Travel Juneau. Juneau is one of the largest wilderness areas in the country where you can spend time viewing a variety of wildlife, along with exploring glaciers and an abundance of outdoor and indoor activities. Experience Juneau, a mountain town, along with being a coastal community and the most scenic capital city, a true natural wonder. So would you please help me welcome Vicki Logan, Convention Sales Manager for Visit Juneau.
You're chasing me away. Come away, away, away. Come away, away, away. Come away, away, away. You're chasing me away.
Who wants to come see me? Who's got Alaska on their bucket list? Well, I'm going to make your day today because we're going to plan your adventure to Juneau. So thanks, Joe. Thanks for the introduction. I'm Vicki Logan. I'm the Convention Sales Manager at Travel Juneau. And I got to tell you a story. I'm a Nashville, Tennessee gal. But in 2006, I went to see my daughter, who was smart enough to go to work for Holland America, in Skagway, Alaska. Anybody been to Skagway? Fantastic. So, been in sales a long time, always enjoy sales. But travel sales, oh my gosh. I said, Melissa, your mom can do this. And I had a job with Holland America 6 months later, and I'm living in Alaska. That's 11 years. And when I watch that video, I just go, that's my hometown. That's my hometown. And someone saw the video yesterday and said, can I really see all of that in Juneau? And the answer is, yes, you can. That's the good news. I want to tell you a little bit more about Juneau, though, so you make sure you got your facts straight. You ready? All right. One other thing. Thank you to Joe and the staff. This conference is my first time. this has been amazing. Have you had a great conference? Yeah. A lot of hard work, I know, and I really, really appreciate their efforts for all of us. So let me show you a little more about Juneau. I want to tell you more about our locals. These are some of them. When you're driving in from the airport, 15-minute drive, the eagles will probably be sitting up on the lamppost greeting you. They're not really looking at you, they're looking at the salmon in the stream, but it's always nice to see bald eagles. And then we have our families. Lots of families in Juneau. So we want you to come and see and be able to see them from afar. But we're all jumping in Juneau. Jumping to show you what we have to offer. Juneau's the capital of the state of Alaska. 34,000 people walking on two legs and a lot more walking in a different way. Just an amazing, amazing wildlife. And it's so easy to see. We're a small community, very, very compact. And the beauty of it is you can come to Juneau in 4 nights, 5 days, and have an incredible Alaskan experience. And we want you to do that. But first, a little geography. Juneau is 2 hours from Seattle by plane. How many knew that? 2 hours. Southeast Alaska butts up against British Columbia. So it's a lot closer than most people realize. Now, it's not your fault. Most of us grew up with a map of the United States with Alaska sitting next to Hawaii. Really gave you a warped perspective about our state. So I want you to feel comfortable, it's okay, but from this time forward, you need to know that little tail of land in the state of Alaska is Southeast Alaska, and it's next to British Columbia, so very, very close. And thanks to Alaska Air and Delta out of Seattle, it's only a 2-hour flight to get to Juneau, nonstop. Did you notice that Alaska Air purchased Virgin America last year? The great news because of that, and oh, wait a minute. Who's number 1 in service in the airlines? Alaska Air. Alaska Air, watch it, buddy, not Delta. But purchasing Virgin America has given them such tremendous ability, and it helps you tremendously because what that means is that Juneau is now 2 nonstop flights from most major cities in the United States. So easy to get to, close to get to, and yet very, very exotic because there's no roads that lead into Juneau. You can't get to Juneau on a road. Now you can stay on the road after you get there. But you're going to have to come in on a boat, or you're going to have to come in on a plane, because no roads lead in or out of Juneau. So consider that as you're planning your Alaskan adventure. What's in your head? Everybody's got an Alaska dream. Do you want to go in a helicopter to the top of the glacier and ride behind an Alaska dog sledding team? Is that your Alaskan dream? Or is it all about the fishing? We have a few fish in Alaska. And maybe what your dream is catching that wonderful, big, fat king salmon on a stream outside of Juneau. Whatever your Alaskan dream is, Juneau can make it happen. And we will work so hard to show you such an incredible time. Just an amazing time in our state. So, let's plan your trip. I'll be at my table this afternoon or after this, as long as we're here. I'm happy to answer questions about hotels, convention space, anything that applies, but mainly I want to make sure that you know what you're going to do for your Alaskan adventure. And just to entice you just a little bit more, I want to leave you with one more taste of Juneau.
A small town, a 2-hour flight north of Seattle in Alaska. And despite being in the middle of the wilderness, the food and drink scene here is blowing up. from salmon to spirits, and a lot in between. I mean, this is where seafood comes from. We are redefining fresh, taking authentic to a new level, and sharing our local ingredients with the world, because Juneau is now a dining destination.
Well, thank you so much, Vicki. And I didn't realize how close Juneau was to the states and the mainland. So once again, maybe not as far away as we all think, and maybe a potential on our list to bring a meeting out to Juneau. So once again, let's thank Vicki Logan and Travel Juneau.